Good morning and welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Show. I'm Vic and welcome to the Sports Update Show, or the Daily Sports Update Show to be precise. Church bells are ringing at 7 o'clock. There you go. Excuse me. I hope you guys got a cup of tea, coffee, or whatever you drink in the morning. Maybe it's something stronger, but hey, let's get into it. Before we get into it, I got to put myself back in the box there. There you go. Vic is in the box. Let's check that out. Let's have a look at this morning at our topics quickly. Of course, we're going to get into football. There was Men and Women's Champions League last night. We'll talk a little bit about the NFL, NBA, NHL, NCAA, men and women, and a little bit of cricket. Talk about a little of the darts, upcoming rugby, upcoming Eurobasket. Lots to get into this morning. But as usual, I got to plug the channel because we're on our way to 120,000. Almost there. Keep on liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification button if you do like what we are doing. If you want to get hold of us, at the bottom at the bottom of me there is the email address. Otherwise, it's also running through the ticker. That's better. And our next show upstairs, that's going to be the DEFCON Rugby show. We'll be having a preview of the Champions Cup, Investec Cup, whatever you want to call it, at 5 o'clock Central European time this afternoon. So guys, without any further ado, let's get straight into it. And there's only one place to go, and that's the football. And it was the Men's Champions League last night, as well as the ladies. Ajax Amsterdam get their first win. One of 6 at the moment. So they beat Karabakh 4-2. Interesting game there. Good win for Copenhagen. Villarreal not doing well in the Champions League this year. Copenhagen win there 3-2. Athletic Bilbao, they hold the champions. Paris Saint-Germain to a 0-0 draw. Little bit of a wobble with Paris Saint-Germain at the moment. Then we go on. Bayer Leverkusen and Newcastle. That was an exciting game. I watched a little bit of that. 2-2 in that one. Some late goals there, especially from Leverkusen. Then Jose. Yes, the great one. That's why he was on the thumbnail this morning. The great one, Jose Mourinho. He gets one over Naples and beats them 2-0. Well done to Jose. Dortmund against Bodo Glimt 2-2. Great result there for Bodo Glimt. Well done. Then Club Brugge got comfortably beaten by Arsenal. Arsenal, the only team in the Champions League with a perfect record. 2 goals from Madueke, 1 from Martinelli. Arsenal looking very good in the Champions League. Then Juventus beat Pafos 2-0. And Real Madrid lost 1-2 against Manchester City at home. Rodrigo started the scoring for Madrid in the 28th minute. And then O'Reilly and Erling Haaland turned the things around there for Manchester City. Look, Xavi Alonso's under a little bit of pressure already. I don't understand it, but the Spanish newspapers, Marcia, they have been talking about he might get sacked this week. I don't know why. I wouldn't do that. He's a good coach. Give him a little bit of time. Then what's coming? Then of course the ladies had the Champions League as well. Barcelona, they beat Benfica 3-1. FC Paris beat Valerenga 1-0. Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich drew 2-2. Harder had 2 goals there for Munich. Chelsea thrashed Roma 6-0. And Manchester United ladies lost to Lyon 3-0. So not a good start to the week for Manchester United. Then what's coming up in the UEFA Euroleague? Tonight we have Zagreb against Betis, Midtjylland against Genk. Utrecht will take on Nottingham Forest. That should be a nice game. Fenerbahce will take on Rangers. Rangers definitely need a win there. Ludogorets Razgrad will take on PAOK Saloniki, and Nice will take on Braga. A lot of games in that Euroleague tonight. Sturm Graz will take on Red Star Belgrade. VfB Stuttgart will take on Maccabi Tel Aviv. Young Boys Bern will face Lille. Celta de Vigo will take on Bologna. Celtic will take on AS Roma. Maybe one of the clashes of the round. And then I don't know if my nephew is going, Ryan, but it is FC Basel at home this evening to Aston Villa. That should be a cracking game. I'm going to try to watch a little bit of that on TV while I'm watching the darts and doing the darts live on the channel. And then you still have Porto Malmö, Bucharest against Feyenoord, Rotterdam. Lyon against Go Ahead Eagles, go my Eagles. Panathinaikos against Victoria Pilsen. Freiburg against Salzburg, and Braun against Fenerbahce. So yeah, lots of football this evening on the channel. Oh, well, on the channels, not on this channel, because we are doing EuroLeague basketball and we are doing the opening day of the darts. Just to give you a quick shout out what's coming up in the NFL, that is week 13 coming up. Check out those games. I can tell you that tonight it all kicks off with the Falcons against the Buccaneers. Big night for the Buccaneers with a win here. Could really push themselves towards a playoff spot. Then we did have the NBA, and that was that in-season cup. These games count towards your normal season as well as the cup. And Spurs knocked off the Lakers 132-119, and the Suns got thrashed by the Thunder 89-138. Doncic had 35 for the Lakers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was tough again once for the Thunder. So the Spurs and the Thunder go to the semifinals. All that will be played in Las Vegas. Last night's Eastern Conference teams joined there. I think it's Orlando that's in there as well. I can't remember the other team that won last night. The Knicks, there you go. Then there was some NHL action, and the Red Wings beat the Flames 4-3. The Panthers, third win in a row. The champions are starting to march. They beat the Mammoth out of Utah 4-3. The Kings beat the Kraken. Kraken have lost 7 in a row now, and the Rangers lost to the Blackhawks. So not looking good for Vern's Kraken. They are definitely cracking up there. Little bit of NCAA. Let's have a look at the boys, the men, the guys, whatever you want to call them. Nebraska beat Wisconsin 90-60. Purdue, after that, lost their first loss of the season. They've bounced back and they beat Minnesota 85-57. And Jackson State got thrashed by the University of Houston 80-38. On the ladies' side, there were a little bit more games. Delaware State lost to Maryland 21-91. That's not even a bloody competition anymore. Iowa lost to Iowa State 74-69. Texas Longhorns, beat UT Rio Grande 110-45, also a non-competition. And Louisville knocked off Ball State 93-62. Guys, big stuff happening tonight. The darts, my friend, the darts out there in Ali Pali. It's going to be it's going to be epic, man. Can Luke Littler defend his title? Well, he has to start off. The champion always starts on the first night, and big game against Darius Labanauskas. Around about 10 o'clock, that's going to be our time. At 8 o'clock, we'll start with Kim Huybrechts against Arno Merck. Then Michael Smith against Lisa Ashton. Luke Littler, like I said, against Darius Labanauskas. And Madars Rasma against Yami van der Hierik. So I'll be around. I'll be there on 12 o'clock and 8 o'clock till 12 o'clock. Well, it's going to be a long evening. Maybe Vern will join me after the basketball. I do not know. But there, join us. Starts at 8 o'clock tonight. PDC Darts World Championship, all coming up on this channel. We'll do night one, and we'll try to do every night a little bit from day 3 onwards, because on Friday night we've got to do Red Star against Partizan. And talking about Red Star against Partizan, there you go. That's the EuroLeague coming up. Some of the games are tonight, some of the games are tomorrow. But the most important game is this one, the big derby there. I know, that's tonight, sorry. First of all, tonight it is Milano against Panathinaikos. Join Vern for that at 8:15. And then, of course, tomorrow it's going to be Red Star against Partizan Belgrade. Cricket, there was some cricket yesterday, and New Zealand and the West Indies are going at it, and the West Indies were bowled for 205, and in response, the Kiwis are at 272 for 8 at the moment. That is day 2 day 2 is almost in the book. Should be in the books now, day 2. So we'll see what happens on day 3, 4, and 5. Today is a little matter, I can leave that out there, of South Africa against India, the first of 5 T20 internationals. You can see what the Proteas can do. There, India, very formidable T20 nation. That was, oh no, I can't forget the rugby. That is definitely coming up tomorrow. We will be live on Saturday. First game on Saturday is going to be the Stormers against La Rochelle, then the Sharks against Saracen, and then on Sunday the Saints against the Bulls. So join us for all of that. If you have any questions and inquiries, hit the mail at the bottom there. That'd be cool. Otherwise, just put it out in the chat. For everybody else that was in the chat, thanks for being there. Let's have a look at that quick poll that I put out. What's your favorite potato dish? Is it French fries, roast potatoes, mashed potatoes, or baked potatoes? Let's be honest, I don't give a damn. I eat all of them, my friend. You know, a good loaded baked potato, nice creamy mashed potatoes, maybe a little bit of garlic in it. Roast potatoes with gravy on the top. There you go. I say somebody wrote that before. And a good French fries with a nice, good, fresh ketchup, or like the English I had with malted vinegar. Perfect. But it is the roast potatoes that I've won. I guess it has to. I think everybody's voting roast potatoes because it's got to do with Christmas at the moment. Yeah, so roast potatoes. There you go. You know, roast potatoes, and I'll eat it with a little bit of A1 sauce. There you go. Guys, hey, listen, have a great day. Enjoy, be safe, be healthy. And remember, hit the notification button and join us at 5 o'clock Central European Time, me and Vern, for the DEF CON Rugby Show. Guys, greetings, man. Have a good one.